Steven, how's the scrimmage for you today?
For me personally, it was all right, I guess. Those first two series weren't too good. I had a few missed throws, but towards the end of it, really getting the ball down the field, completing it, getting it to playmakers, letting them go and do what they needed to do. So overall, just all right in my eyes.
We keep hearing more about these young receivers, the 4 freshmen who've been playing a lot. What do those guys keep doing to keep being mentioned so often?
They're just doing the right thing. They're doing what they're coached to do. I mean, whenever a coach says something to do a certain route, a certain way, those guys are doing it that way, creating space for themselves, which really allows them to what's the word? I mean, just really just get open for us to see them. So I mean, they're just doing a really good job.
Do you feel like the defense is catching up with what you all are doing and making it more difficult for y'all to execute and make plays?
Oh, definitely. I mean, you go against somebody for so long that they start to pick up on certain things you do, how receivers run routes. You got Derek Beatty out there calling out plays before they happen. It makes it kind of difficult. They definitely pick stuff up. So I mean, we're definitely looking forward to in about 2 weeks when we play somebody else.
Losing Cole last week and then seeing Dorian go down today and not knowing how long he's going to be out, but do you have to do anything in that is kind of a leader of the offense to kind of keep guys' moods up when you're losing guys like that that we're going to start?
Yeah, I mean, it's really tough to hear those two guys, you know, it happened in a scrimmage like that, both guys. So you really just try to keep the team up because those are two big guys on our team, you know, big playmakers, especially Cole and Dorian. So, I mean, just to keep everybody moving in the same direction so we don't fall back and fall into some depressed state, I guess.
Steven, the last 2 scrimmages you said were just sort of okay for you or not as good as you wanted them to be. Has camp been okay for you? Or are you feeling good about where you are? Yeah.
I mean, I consider myself my own biggest critic. I mean, I'll always say that camp was, or a scrimmage, or a practice, or a game was all right for me. I mean, if I got to go 100% in order for me to say that I did good, you know. So, I mean, basically, just so back to your question, yeah, camp has been all right for me. I've not been 100%. So that's something I'm striving for. Striving to do.
Have you kept turnovers to a minimum? I mean, have you felt good about that part of it?
Yeah, definitely. Compared to last year, I mean, it's by far a lot less than it was. So just really focusing in on that and then just being more consistent.
Do you see anything different from the defensive line this year, the guys that you're up against?
I mean, those guys are just moving. You know, they're fast. They're moving all over the place. I mean, especially you got Josh and Denzel Ware. Those guys is coming hot. I mean, especially a few of the freshman guys. You know, you got Paschal and Naquez Pringle. I mean, both those guys are doing really well also. So, I mean, I'm really happy with how our defense is looking and our defensive line, most important.
Steven, how would you gauge the maturity of this team compared to this time last year? Is this a more mature team than you guys were a year ago?
Absolutely. I mean, everybody knows what we want to do now. We all had a goal last year, but we're striving for our new goal this year. I mean, everyone's really locked in and focused. I mean, I think that just goes with leadership and, like you said, maturity. Guys are stepping up in roles that they need to, and people are really starting to catch on onto what we want to do here.
You said you're your own worst critic, meaning and you're harder on yourself than maybe somebody else is on you. So what do you strive for when you say you can't be 100%? So what are you striving for?
Perfection. I mean, that's something I always strive for. I might not reach it. I might not ever reach it, but I mean that's my goal. You know, I want to be 100% on my throws, 100% on my reads, 100% on my protection calls. You know, I want to do everything right. So when I don't do that, I mean it's obviously missing my goal. So I'm gonna say that, you know, practice was all right for me. But I mean that's just something I strive for, something I set ahead for myself.
We obviously know a lot about Benny and what Benny can do, but those other running backs are sort of a mystery to people who don't play with them every day. What do you see from those guys who are the backups, and what can they bring this year?
I mean, we've got a tremendous amount of talent at running back. I know we talk a lot about, you know, receivers, but the running back position as well. I mean, you got Saheem, AJ Rose, Kovac did really well today. Zach did really well today. I mean, all those guys are really getting it. So we've got a lot of depth at that position. I mean, they're just doing a really good job.
All right, folks, thank you very much.